Death is calling to a 4-year-old girl. Can the psychics save her? Don't miss out. The psychics will uncover the secret behind the family's chilling sin. Welcome to Psychic Investigations, a project of true and astonishing stories. Here, people who call themselves clairvoyants investigate incredible mystical anomalies and resonant criminal cases. This little girl's name is Ivanka. She's 4 years old. She lives with her parents and grandmother in a small Ukrainian village. She's growing up fast, loves to draw, and dreams of becoming a great athlete.
An acrobat! To spin like this!
However, strange things have been happening to her lately. Ivanka claims to see a man who is visiting her.
We play together outside.
Ivanka's mother, Yulia, insists that no one but her daughter can see the man. Ivanka plays with him, smiles, and shows him her toys. This terrifies her family.
She says he's visiting her and offering to play with him.
We're scared. It's frightening.
The parents turned to doctors. They found no developmental issues. Meanwhile, even stranger things began. Ivanka started waking up in the middle of the night, screaming and, most disturbingly, asking to take her to the cemetery.
She wakes up suddenly screaming, shrieking, and crying and starts running.
I never heard such hysterical screaming before.
What's going on with little Ivanka? And who is the man who's haunting her? Does he really want to take her to the afterlife? Eventually, Yulia turned to clairvoyants Olena Kurilova and Jake Ryder for help.
I see someone from the girl's family drowned. Could it be related to what's happening to her?
I saw a dark haze. The girl was crying and there was a supernatural force in the air around her. Her family is under real threat.
The psychics continued tuning in to the investigation on their way to the site.
I dreamed of a crowd of men. There were many of them. They were middle-aged and carrying crosses. They approached a pit and threw the crosses in.
But how does all this connect to what's happening to Ivanka?
I saw something different. There was the girl and next to her a huge box that terrified her. It radiated something otherworldly.
The psychics decided to interpret their visions on site. Yulia arranged to meet them in the park.
Yulia, let's go find somewhere to sit down. Well, hello there. Here, darling, just put it on your finger. Nice. Let me take a look. The ring is special. It's been charged with prayers. I saw Ivanka's aura. Half of it was black. Some otherworldly force is looming over her. What do we have here? A man, an emperor. A dark force is pressing down from above, trying to interfere. Give me the ring again, Ivanka. The heart beats when it darkens. Thump, thump. I see a man taking her by the hand and leading her into the darkness. She resists and screams.
Like he's trying to take her to the realm of the dead.
May I touch your belly? You had trouble conceiving, didn't you?
Ivanka is truly a long-awaited child. Yulia couldn't get pregnant for 3 years.
My health was fine. I just couldn't get pregnant.
This girl, she's like a gift, a little angel for you and your husband. But she came into this world because of someone's prayers, of a man. But I don't see him among the living. I believe it's your husband's father. I see him before his death. He climbs somewhere but then suddenly falls.
My husband's father died after he fell off a ladder.
It's as if your father-in-law made a pact with some force. I see him praying. He begs God to give you a baby. But he's not just asking. He's offering his own life in exchange for a new one. And his prayers were heard. He died, and Ivanka was born.
Exactly 40 days passed. According to the doctors, that's when I conceived. Then Ivanka was born. He died at 5 in the evening, and Ivanka was born at 5 in the evening.
He became Ivanka's guardian angel. He's not the one visiting her at night, though. He's simply watching over her from above.
After I got pregnant, I dreamed of him. He was standing in the gate.
Moreover, Yulia claims that her father-in-law warns her in dreams about colds, injuries, and misfortunes that might befall Ivanka.
I feel like Grandpa Ivan saw her birth from heaven and still protects her to this day.
Grandpa Ivan is like a guardian angel, but even he can't stop the force that's haunting Ivanka. But what is it? I don't get it. Water, terrifying images. There's something otherworldly tied to a death in water. It's a man. I see your father.
Yes.
It turns out Yulia's father, Andrei, died about a year ago. His body was found in the local river.
An officer came and said, "Your father is gone." I didn't understand at first, but he added, "He drowned."
Andrei Trokhimchuk went fishing and never came back. His body was found 5 meters from the shore.
Dad was an avid fisher. Fishing was his life. He did it all his life.
Take me to that place.
What's happening to Ivanka is connected to your father's death and to the force that seems to be pulling her to the other side.
Yulia, let's go to the water together, and Ivanka may go home.
It's a 10-minute drive from the park to the river, where Yulia's father was found. As the psychics prepared to work, a strong wind suddenly picked up. Is something truly interfering with their investigation? But what and why?
The information kept slipping away, so we decided to combine our efforts finally, and saw something like a hand pulling the man into the icy water.
In March, when the man died, the water temperature was indeed low, around 5 degrees Celsius.
He didn't want to die. I feel him struggling, trying to escape.
When I saw him, his hands were clenched into fists like this.
Clenched fists may indicate that the man resisted drowning or tried to grab onto something to pull himself out of the water.
I see a boat. A man on the boat pulls like this. Another man found him, right?
Yes. The man was fishing in his inflatable boat and saw something afloat.
When the man paddled closer, he saw the body.
I sense large rubber boots. Maybe a suit like one of those fishermen wear.
Indeed, Yulia's father was wearing a rubber fishing suit and knee-high waders.
I feel water seeping in. There was a hole in his suit.
When she heard this, Yulia recalled that on the last evening of her father's life, she indeed saw a hole in his fishing suit.
He put it on and said to me, "Give me the tape. My suit is leaking."
He always mended it with tape.
He couldn't take the suit off. He dove. He removed the tape and had to submerge completely. I feel like I'm sinking. I can't lift my leg. It's like a stone. I can't breathe. My heart slows down.
Most likely, Andrei tried to get out of the water when he noticed the suit leaking, but by then, his body was already failing from the cold. As such, trapped in the water, Andrei Trokhimchuk drowned.
Andrei had nearly drowned before.
Yes. 2 weeks earlier, he fell through the ice, but he got out. Maybe that was a sign.
Moreover, Yulia's father seemed to sense he would die soon.
He kept saying, "I'm going to die. I won't live until retirement."
I see a hand grabbing your father, but it doesn't belong to a living person.
Like a hand from hell.
This isn't the first time the psychics mention an ominous otherworldly force. But what is it? And is Ivanka truly in mortal danger?
I received information that another man in Yulia's family was in danger. Someone related to her. Possibly a brother. He was next on death's list and had already been warned.
Yulia does have a brother, Vitaly. She says he really seems to be chased by death. He's been in car crashes, broken his bones, and nearly drowned.
He's always getting injured. He was heading to the garden and out of nowhere his scooter flipped. Open fracture of the collarbone.
I'd like to meet your brother. Hello.
Hello.
Vitali, could you give me your left hand? I felt the breath of death. It was really haunting the man. So many problems since he was little. Something's broken. Up here, the neck, or here, right here. Was there a fall?
Yes, 2 years ago.
Something pulled you. Water nearly took you, like your father.
Yes, I was swimming and suddenly lost control of my arms and legs. That was it. I was drowning. People pulled me to the shore.
Could an unknown force truly be hunting this man, the same one that claimed his father?
At that moment, we realized that the men in Yulia's family were dying out. Then, one by one, spirits began to appear before us.
Someone died of cancer. There were 2 of them.
Sorry, something with my neck. I don't get what it is.
Neck cancer. In both of them.
Yulia and Vitali immediately understand who the psychic refers to. Their maternal grandmother, Titiana, had 5 brothers. 2 of them died nearly 50 years ago. Fadir passed away from neck cancer. Then, just a month later, death came again. Another brother, Grigori, died. Strangely, the cause was identical.
I sense another death.
And it won't end. The deaths come in waves.
I see a rope. What's connected to a rope?
There were hangings.
5 years ago, Yulia's uncle Vasa was found hanged in this house. Her mother, Yevgenia's family, had 3 children, 2 boys and a girl. Vasa was the eldest. A few months before his death, he had a fight with his wife and moved back in with his parents.
He kept saying he felt bad here and no one understood him. He said he needed to leave. He went outside. Grandma saw the attic door open, climbed there and saw him hanging.
That man was drawn into the noose by the same force that's killing all the men in this family. And he knew what the problem was. I need to go to the place where he hanged himself. We'd better hurry.
While Olena Kurilova tunes in to the house's energy, Jake works at the site of Yulia's uncle's death.
The man was hanging up there. I'll sit on the ladder and try to tune into the final moments of his life. He fought against the force, but then he simply gave up. Here I only see fragments of the picture, like puzzle pieces. Olena, his spirit doesn't want to speak to me here. He says that to get the answers, we need to go to the cemetery where he's buried.
Yulia and the psychics head to the cemetery where her mother's brother, Uncle Vasa, is buried.
The energy here is a lot stronger and Vasa makes contact. He apologizes and says he didn't take his own life by choice. He was following orders. Something was pulling him into the world of the dead. And he had been warned. Vasa shows his left hand.
He chopped off his own left hand.
Vasa was chopping wood when his hand slipped and the axe flew and severed his left hand. He was taken to the hospital. After 2 complex surgeries, the hand was reattached, but it never worked again.
I feel a strong connection between these 2 graves. 2 brothers lie side by side. It's your uncle, too.
And it's true. 10 years ago, another of Yulia's uncles, her mother's brother, Sasha, passed away. He was only 35.
He was standing on a concrete mixer. He fell into the mix where they were pouring it, and he lay there for a long time until the owner shut off the transformer. No one even washed him. My sister went to dress him for burial, and they had to scrape the mixture out from his ears and his nose. He was covered in it all over.
He also had something happen to his left hand before he died.
Once, while stunning fish, he cut his palm and fingers so badly that they had to sew the fingers back on.
His fingers were nearly severed. Doctors reattached them, but the hand never functioned properly again.
Before his death, just like the other men in the family, he received signs that he would soon lose his life.
He had a dream. A man on a horse dressed in white spoke to him and then started lifting him. When they were above the clouds, so high that he couldn't see the ground anymore, he started suffocating. The man then let go of him and he started falling toward the earth. But just before the ground, the man caught him and said, "This time I caught you, but in a few years' time I won't be around when you fall."
On the day of his death, Sasha behaved as if he sensed something. He had planned to stay home and build the chimney, but suddenly changed his mind. A friend asked him to help at a construction site. Although Sasha didn't want to go out, he went anyway.
The same force that's killing all the men in this family took him.
His mother tried to stop him, but he told her it was his Black Saturday. He threw his jacket over his shoulder and left. And in the evening, they brought him home, all charred and blackened.
It turned out he was electrocuted and fell into the concrete mixer. Incredibly, 6 men in Yulia's family have died young. But why?
The problem is inherited.
Umbriella sent me a sign, gripping the left wrist.
There's a chill over there. It feels like a pit. I want to go over there. The spirits of other deceased men from Yulia's family called me. It turned out her grandfather and father were buried there. As soon as I touched the grandfather's grave, I had another vision. Men walking and carrying crosses. I realized those men were all Yulia's relatives, but one thing remained unclear. What were the crosses they carried?
But why do all the men in Yulia's family die so young? And how is this connected to what's happening to Ivanka?
Angels turned away from one of your ancestors and your entire male bloodline.
This is unbelievable. Could danger now threaten every man in Yulia's family? But why? And what does her little daughter have to do with it?
It was your grandfather's brother, wasn't it? He tore the cross from a church.
How awful. But it seems Yulia understands what this means. It happened during Soviet times.
He was ordered to remove the cross and they pulled it down with a tractor. After he took the cross from the church, he died young.
I finally understood my vision. The men carrying crosses were Yulia's relatives who died suddenly. Each one bore his own cross. And the pit they threw the crosses into was the grave unknowingly dug for future generations by Yulia's grandfather's brother. They paid with their lives for what he did, because he left no one behind to carry the burden.
The men in this family are dying because of an ancestral sin. But what is the force the psychics have sensed throughout the investigation? And how does Ivanka fit into all this?
I felt that the church desecrated by Yulia's ancestor was nearby. To understand the force haunting the men, and what threatened Ivanka, we decided to go there.
The sacred site where the cross was torn down more than 50 years ago is still active. It was built in 1736. The church has been destroyed and rebuilt several times.
By tearing down the church's cross, Yulia's relative condemned himself to punishment by higher powers we felt throughout the investigation. In the past, those who defiled sacred things, especially churches, had their left hand cut off.
But what do we do now?
When a new church is being built anywhere, each member of your family should offer a donation, whatever they can, and say, "Lord, accept this for the new cross above this dome. Pray and repent for the sins of your ancestors."
But if this only concerns the deaths of men, What's happening to Ivanka? Who and why is frightening her at night and calling her to the cemetery?
I heard a rustle and looked back and saw a box. Then another image came to me. The girl, and beside her a huge box that terrified her. That's it. I finally understand. It's the same box your daughter sees. Tell me, did her grandfather promise her a gift?
Yes, he promised her a birthday present, but he didn't live to give it.
He always tried to keep his promises, even when it was hard.
Ivanka was the favorite granddaughter of Yulia's father, Andrei. He always delighted her with gifts and fulfilled her every wish.
He did everything for her.
He wants you to catch a big fish for her. Strange as it sounds, Grandpa is calling her to the cemetery to deliver the gift. On the day he died, he wanted to catch a big fish for her. Take a photo of the fish and frame it alongside a picture of Grandpa Andrei. Then put it in a box and give it to your daughter on her birthday. She'll know it's a gift from him.
And the parents should go to church and light a candle for Grandpa's soul. Say that his promise has been fulfilled. Then he'll be at peace.
Thank you for coming and helping us. I feel so much calmer now about my daughter's life.
A supernatural force is trying to drag a young boy to the netherworld. Several times, he has gone into a trance and attempted to take his own life. Who or what is possessing the child's body? Don't miss out. The psychics will uncover the chilling secret. This is Danilo Batula from a small town in eastern Ukraine. The 8-year-old boy loves solving math problems and taking care of all his pets at home.
Rory's biting. Ouch.
33-year-old Victoria Batula has 4 children, but she can't leave little Danilo alone for even a moment. He has attempted suicide 3 times already.
He grabbed a knife from the kitchen and held it like this, shouting, "Don't come near me." It wasn't him.
His eyes were different. It was like someone else was inside him. It was so terrifying.
Neither pleas from his family nor tears had any effect on the boy. A neighbor came to the rescue.
It was awful. It wasn't Danilo.
Somehow, the neighbor managed to take the knife away from Danilo.
I don't remember what I told him. It was a shock.
It all started with terrible nightmares. In his dreams, Danilo constantly sees an unknown figure, pulling him towards the other side.
I don't know who it is. I'm scared. After these dreams, I can't fall asleep. And then strange things happen to me.
Once it seemed like something pushed him to the side, but no one was there.
Victoria is desperate. She raises her 4 children on her own, as her husband left her for another woman years ago and provides no support. And now, her son is going through this ordeal.
I love my children so much, and I'm extremely worried about Danilo. I'm terrified he might die.
Victoria took Danilo to the best doctors, saved up money for expensive tests, and consulted with many therapists. But all the specialists concluded that the boy was fine, claiming all the tests were normal, and Danilo's mental health was absolutely stable.
We did an MRI and all the tests were perfect.
We see nothing suspicious.
Meanwhile, little Danilo keeps seeing even more nightmares and talking about his death almost daily, asking to be taken to the cemetery. He's even asking his mom to order a gravestone for him.
He says he needs a gravestone ordered for him.
The psychics are Victoria's only hope to save her son. She recorded a video message for them.
You are my last hope.
Please help my brother.
Psychics Jana Shulakova and Jana Pasinkova agreed to help the family. Yana set off early in the morning, and while on her way from Kiev, she shares her initial feelings with Jana over Skype.
I'm tuning in and I hear a strange sound.
Something beeping like telephone tones. And the beeps end with a prolonged beep. It feels like death is on the other end of the line.
I don't like the boy's gaze. It feels like a dead person stares at me.
I see an inscription. It's a name, Danilo. Oh God. The boy's name is written on a grave.
Is 8-year-old Danilo really going to die soon?
The first 3 cards, death, a road. Either death on the road or an accident. And the third card is twins.
Stop. Get off the van.
Jana, I'll call you back.
The engine starts smoking heavily. Everyone's panicked.
I just had it serviced. Everything was fine. Maybe there's an oil leak.
Luckily, the driver managed to fix the vehicle.
It seems to be working now. We're good to go.
But where's Yana?
Yana. Yana. We need to find her. Yana. There she is. What happened?
A boy's voice. I need to go back. I have to stay.
Yana, let's go back to the van.
Some kind of force tried to stop me. The one that's hunting the boy, Danilo.
We stop by to pick up Jana Shulikova and head to Victoria's house.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm Anastasia.
I'm Danilo.
Danilo's mother steps out for a few minutes to visit a neighbor and will be back soon. The psychics begin to tune in to the boy's energy.
Danilo, dear, look into my eyes. Why aren't you looking?
I don't want to.
It will soon be clear why the boy avoids eye contact with the psychic from the start. And it's going to be a shocking revelation.
Where are you going, my friend?
Oh God, what are you doing?
This is Ron.
The dog is trying to tell us something. When I touched him, I saw a strange vision. A white dog similar to him, barking loudly. And through that barking, I heard a voice. I wanted to save them, but I couldn't.
Hello? Thank you a lot for coming.
When I touched Danilo, I saw someone choking him. What are you afraid of?
I see somebody.
See somebody?
A boy.
Are you the only one to see him?
Yes, only he sees him.
Then where's the second boy, a little one?
Inside.
The psychics find Andrei in the hallway. The boy seems scared, although he was calmly playing outside just moments ago.
Something near his room scares the boy. Show me what you're afraid of, please.
Anastasia and I were sleeping in the chair. First, he took my blanket.
Do you know who he is?
No.
And then I found the drawing.
My goodness. Graves.
Danilo, whose grave is this? Who drew this?
I don't know.
Danilo.
During these episodes, Danilo does strange things, and when he comes to, he remembers nothing.
My dear, don't you remember what's happening to you at all?
Mom, I'm scared.
A dead boy is pulling Danilo to the other side. Perhaps it's his grave that Danilo is drawing. And when I asked the cards whose grave it was, I drew the cards of the twins. 2 identical people. On my way here, I already drew the twins. And at that very moment, our van broke down. The same boy who's hunting Danilo tried to stop me.
Who is that boy?
Mom, I'm scared.
Hush, hush.
Suddenly, kitchen utensils start falling from the closet in front of our eyes.
Take the kids out of here. I see a silhouette. A boy is simply standing there, you understand? He thinks the house is his.
There's a grave on your property.
Yes, there is one.
Indeed, there is a grave behind the house where the large family lives. It's old and neglected, appearing to be about 100 years old.
The boy, yes, he was 12. He lived here. Germans buried him here.
His intentions are not evil.
He didn't have enough play. He wants a family. At that moment, I heard a voice from the grave. Help the boy in the wet clothes. Who is that boy? It's like he's trying to show us something. It's not water, it's wet mud.
The swamp.
I get it now. Do you remember I saw...
A gravestone.
Yes, a gravestone with a name.
Danilo.
We understand who you're talking about. This is Danilo Kuznetsov. Yes, they were friends and attended the same kindergarten.
The boy who drowned in the swamp.
We couldn't believe what we'd just heard, but it turned out that over a year ago, Danilo's best friend drowned in a pond.
And the drowned boy was also Danilo. He died when he was 8.
Ever since then, he's been repeating he wants to be where Danilo is.
He would say, "Mom, let's buy a gravestone for me and Danilo," and he keeps asking to go to the cemetery.
We need to see that swamp. Let's leave Danilo and the kids here.
So, this is the swamp, right?
Yes.
The spirit brought us here. I think we should protect ourselves from the presence of these spirits. Hold it, please. There's more than one child here.
They passed at the same time. There were several kids with him. 2. They were from the same family.
They were brothers.
It turned out that 3 children indeed died here. 8-year-old Danilo Kuznetsov and 2 brothers, 6-year-old Misha and 5-year-old Maxim. They played together in the yard near their house, and suddenly, in the afternoon, they disappeared. Half the town joined the search for them.
All our services were involved.
The children were found that night in this pond, just 100 meters from their homes.
All 3 of them were buried together.
Both children died at once in that family. The parents now have no children left.
The death of his friend was a real shock for little Danilo. According to Victoria, her son has not been the same since.
You know why the twin card kept appearing? The boys must look alike. Both are fair-haired.
Like brothers.
That's true, they're very alike. They were close.
My first thought was that the deceased friend was pulling our Danilo with him. But why? The boy is not to blame for what happened. Danilo is the boy in the wet clothes the spirit from the old grave spoke of. Help the boy in wet clothes. But he's not dangerous to the living Danilo. I didn't sense any aggression.
But why does the deceased Danilo need help? How can psychics help the child who's been long dead?
Suddenly, I saw a woman holding the deceased Danilo by the hand and gesturing as if to say that our Danilo was not to blame. I described the woman, and Victoria recognized her.
That's that Danilo's mom.
She passed after her son.
Yes, Snezhana.
Snezhana, Danilo's mother, lived only 6 more months after her son died. When doctors diagnosed her with uterine cancer, she didn't even fight it. After her son's death, she lost the will to live.
She cried a lot after his death. She found a poem he wrote, "Mommy, I will never, ever leave you." She couldn't understand why he went to the swamp. Why did the children go there?
Everyone blames the deceased Danilo for the deaths of the other 2 boys. And now, the spirit of his mother asked us to help her explain how the children drowned. You know those boys' mother?
What boys?
Elena, no, we didn't talk to her.
We need to go talk to her.
A few minutes later, the psychics are at the door of the apartment where the mother of the deceased brothers, Olena, lives.
Hello.
Hello.
What's your name?
Gennady.
Gennady. Could we please talk about your boys?
This man is the grandfather of the deceased brothers. It's difficult for him to recall the tragedy, but it's essential for the psychics to understand how Danilo's friends died to save the living boy.
We need your help badly.
Off the camera. Misha and Maxim were Olena's only joy. Her husband left them before the tragedy. After her sons' deaths, she became reclusive, constantly praying and not communicating with anyone. Her parents are trying to bring her back to life, but so far, it hasn't worked.
Could we talk to Olena?
She's not home, she's at work.
If possible, do you have any of the boys' belongings? One of them went after an animal.
A dog. The younger child.
We remember that Jana mentioned a dog earlier near Victoria's house.
The dog barked loudly, and through the barking, I heard a voice. I wanted to save them, but I couldn't.
That day, the boys ran after the dog, and the dog brought them to the swamp.
Something caught their attention. Maybe it was a dog.
The locals say this is quite possible, as there are indeed many stray dogs in the town.
It was freezing. It was mid-December. The swamp was covered with a thin layer of ice, and they decided to slide. First, the youngest boy fell through the ice, then the middle one. Danilo tried to save them, but he only drowned himself.
He's not to blame for their deaths and wants their mother to understand this. We couldn't leave without telling this to the woman.
Finally, Olena picks up the phone.
Olena, the psychics would like to talk to you.
Olena, hello. You still bear a grudge towards Danilo and blame him. But please stop it, because it wasn't Danilo's fault.
I don't wish to talk about it.
The psychics have said their piece, but they still haven't figured out who is the dead boy who's killing little Danilo.
Today, strange sounds kept ringing in my head, like short phone tones. They were driving me crazy. It's somehow connected to the danger threatening Danilo. We had to hurry back to the house.
To find out what force is pulling Danilo to the netherworld, the psychics decide to perform a ritual.
Danilo, follow me. Everyone else, get out.
Danilo's mother, grandmother, and all their friends are praying for the boy in the yard.
I drew the card of the twins this morning. It sometimes indicates that two souls are kept in one body. Inside, the boy lives the spirit of another boy who's trying to drive him, destroying his soul through illness or suicide. But who is that boy, and why did he choose our Danilo for possession? It's the spirit of the boy who was next to him at the hospital.
He spent 3 days in a coma.
It turned out that in October 2014, Danilo was taken from school to the intensive care by an ambulance. The boy poisoned with the fruits of a toxic plant, henbane. He was only 6 years old. He picked up a fruit from the street and tasted it. As a result, he almost died. He spent 3 days in a coma.
Do you know what that sound is? The coma, the machine beeps.
When Danilo was in the hospital, another boy who was next to him died, but his spirit didn't want to leave. He needs a new body.
So, did the spirit of this boy appear to the psychic Yana Pasinkova on her way here?
I need to stay. Who was in the hospital with him?
I didn't see anything like that.
Danilo. Do you remember being in the hospital? Do you remember that another boy died?
He was with me in the hospital. We talked a little, and then when I woke up, he was dead.
But Danilo was brought to the hospital unconscious. He was in a coma, and the boy who was in the same room with him was also in a coma and died before Danilo woke up. How could they have met? Could it be on the threshold between life and death?
When you're in a coma, you're already 1 foot in the world of the dead. There, it's easy to pick up anything. An entity, a demon, or the soul of a deceased person can settle in your body. To prevent this from happening, it's always necessary to pray for the sick.
The boy who was in the room with Danilo never came out of the coma and died. Could it be that his spirit, so eager to live, attached itself to Danilo and is now pulling him to the other side?
But why is he afraid when we enter the metro or get on the bus? He fears something.
The boy whose spirit lives in your son's body died in a traffic accident.
We went to the hospital where Danilo was in a coma 2 years ago. There, we found an employee who agreed to check the patient registration journal. She found the records for October 2014.
A boy of about 10 years old was brought in. He was hit by a car. We couldn't save him.
But if it's the spirit of the deceased boy influencing Danilo and forcing him to take his own life, how do the psychics protect him from death?
We need open space.
With the help of wax candles and a few other attributes, the psychics set up a protection for the boy.
He hasn't smiled in a long time. But now you can do it, can't you?
Thank you.
We are so grateful.
For the first time in quite a while, the boy smiles. For people with the sixth sense, this is worth more than 1,000 words of gratitude. A 6-year-old girl is being pulled to the other side by a child's spirit. Don't miss out. A sinister family secret will be revealed. The girl's ghost will tell the truth about her death. It's been over 6 months since nightmares beyond her years have been tormenting this 6-year-old Ukrainian girl. Her deceased aunt, 10-year-old Ivanka, a child born to her grandmother late in life, is haunting her, hugging Nika like she's trying to take her to the afterlife.
Nika's terrified. She started wetting the bed constantly.
This year, Nika is supposed to go to school, but she's even afraid to go outside. She only feels safe next to her mother, who says that during the day, her daughter is cheerful and lively. But at night, she changes completely. In her sleep, she tries to escape from the house, as if someone is calling her outside.
It was around 2 in the morning.
Worse yet, Nika sees someone in the empty room.
She sat there, reaching out toward the wall.
In the morning, Nika told her mother Ivanka had been calling her. Ivanka died 6 months ago. She was found hanged in their own yard.
I'm afraid that Ivanka will take her away. God forbid.
Nika's mother has been to see psychologists and priests, but the nightmares have only become more frequent.
This is truly a terrifying situation.
Their last hope for restoring Nika's normal life lies with the psychics. Coming to help Halina and her daughter are Hala Polishchuk and Olga Kalinova. Before the trip, the psychics work with the girl's photo.
I sense a spirit present next to her. Do you see anything?
An image of an older girl. She died a terrible death. I feel like I'm being strangled. Wait. Olga, I feel that rituals were done over that girl. I see candles burning.
The spirit wants something from Nika.
The spirit is like hugging her, the living girl, but at the same time, she's suffocating her.
Ivanka died 6 months ago, and immediately afterward, her spirit began haunting Nika's dreams. To find out if the girl is truly in danger, the psychics decide to work in the home of Nika's grandmother, Oksana, where all the nightmares began.
Hello.
Please come in.
We need to talk to the girl to understand what kind of spirit is haunting her.
Nika is playing outside. She greets the psychics with caution.
What's your name?
Nika.
Oh, really? You're not scared of anything? And when you sleep, do you have any bad dreams?
I do. Ivanka comes to me in dreams.
Does she come to you happy or sad?
Sad.
Does she say anything to you? Can you whisper it to me? Oh God, Ivanka's spirit tells the girl she will die soon. I don't know who or what will take Nika, but it's definitely something supernatural.
Does it mean Helena's fears are justified? Is her daughter truly in mortal danger?
I feel that you're a very busy woman. You love your daughter deeply, but you have little time for her. When I tune in to her father, I get the same impression. He's unable to give her much of his time or attention either. I think you've often left her with her grandmother because of work.
Helena and her husband work at the market, but they took a day off to meet with the psychics.
I often traveled to purchase goods, and Nika lived with my mother.
The house belongs to Helena's mother. Helena and her husband, Anton, live near Kiev, working from morning until night, so their daughter used to live with her grandmother. 49-year-old Oksana was also raising her own 10-year-old daughter, Ivanka, so the two girls enjoyed each other's company.
They became very attached to each other.
After Ivanka's death, however, her mother's health began to decline, and she moved in with her daughter. As the family prepared to meet with the psychics, Oksana suddenly became unwell and had to take a sedative. She would arrive at the house later.
I'm tuning into the girl. I feel like she's been afraid to come here for some time now.
She really is afraid. When we pulled up, she wet herself in the car. She refused to go in. She panics and refuses to even enter the property.
Every time the family visits this house, Nika gets hysterical. Could it be connected to the trauma she experienced 6 months ago? That's when Ivanka was found hanging in the yard.
I feel like the danger is right over there. I sense danger.
Somewhere behind the house.
The psychics focused on the exact place where Ivanka died. She was found hanging on a scarf.
The police told us it was suicide.
According to the official police report, 10-year-old Ivanka Motsna was found to have committed suicide by hanging. The police detectives found no evidence to suggest she was murdered.
We need to dig deeper. If Ivanka's spirit is visiting Nika and trying to take her to the afterlife, then there must be a reason. She was found here, but not by you.
Mom found her.
Her mother was home doing household chores.
Yes, she was doing laundry.
Ivanka's mother, Oksana, stepped outside to hang the laundry and saw her daughter in the noose. It was 5 p.m.
According to the mother, she found the girl hanging by a scarf. Her legs were bent. At first, she didn't realize what had happened. She thought Ivanka was just standing there looking at the garden. But when she came closer, she saw everything.
I saw her hanging, her head tilted and on her knees.
When the mother saw that, she let out a terrible scream.
Was it your mother who took Ivanka down?
Yes. Mom found her. There was no rope, just...
It was a scarf.
After removing the scarf, she held her daughter in her arms and wept. Her cry was so loud, a police officer heard it.
By the time the officer arrived at the sound of her scream, Oksana had taken Ivanka down from the noose and taken her in the house.
It was a scarf. Yellow, I think.
The scarf was orange. It was mine. She loved playing with it.
Your daughter was somewhere here.
Yes, the little ones were playing in the yard. No one else was there, just the kids playing.
At the exact time of the tragedy, Nika and the neighbor girl, Nastya, were playing in the yard, just a few meters away from where Ivanka was found hanged. Did the girl take her own life in full view of her little friends?
Do you see anyone else here?
I don't see anyone, but I hear a girl shouting, "Help me, don't touch me."
What is the clairvoyant talking about? Is it possible it's not suicide, as the police say? Could Ivanka have been murdered? If so, who would do this, and why? And how is it related to Nika's nightmares?
I can't focus here. I feel sick.
Let's go back into the yard. I sense there was violence involved.
No one close to Ivanka believes she took her own life. Perhaps by uncovering the truth about her death, the psychics will finally understand what is happening to Nika?
She couldn't have done it herself. She had no problems. She never had fights with anyone.
It was pure shock for everyone.
We had been observing Ivanka since she started her first grade. We never saw any issues. Her mother is a religious woman, always attending church.
I'd like to go inside the house. I believe there's still her energy in there. The house feels heavy. There are many icons, but I also sense a vibration, as if something had fallen there.
The icons on the cabinet fell onto me. I even have a scar.
That's always a sign of a presence. When icons fall, it means danger is looming over someone in the house.
A chilling revelation, especially given that the icons fell on the eve of Ivanka's death.
To avoid scaring Helena, I didn't tell her, but if icons fall, it means demons have entered the home, and it won't stop at just one death. I sense a strange, unpleasant smell coming from her. It feels connected to her death. I can't identify the smell, but it definitely should have remained on her clothing.
We asked the police representative if there was anything unusual about the girl's clothes. Dirt, or maybe a strong odor. His response stunned the entire crew.
I don't remember the clothes. I only know the mother had changed her. By the time we arrived, she was dressed in something different.
So the police never saw the clothes Ivanka died in, and the clothes were not sent for forensic examination. But why did Oksana do that?
She didn't explain why she'd done that. She just said, "I changed the child."
Perhaps Oksana changed Ivanka's clothes because of the strange smell. She's the only one who knows whether that odor truly existed. But Oksana is not here, and she can only help once she arrives.
I feel that the mother suspects who's responsible for her daughter's death, but she won't say for some reason. Is she afraid of something? It's strange that Ivanka's spirit has been appearing in Nika's dreams for 6 months. And yet the girl is still alive. Spirits intending harm usually act quickly. There's something wrong about this. I don't think Ivanka's spirit wants to take Nika. She was her closest friend in life, and Ivanka trusted her. Most likely, through Nika, she wants to reveal the truth about her death and warn her best friend of danger.
We need to make contact with Ivanka's spirit.
Let's go to her grave.
This is where Ivanka is buried.
This is an unrested soul. She wants to burst out of the grave, to break free.
I feel the girl's spirit.
Olga, she keeps repeating. Why did you bring them? I don't understand. You knew this would happen. I don't know who she's addressing. She's whispering, "You knew," and she's showing a small kitten.
Yes, we had tiny kittens.
And one disappeared right after Ivanka's death?
Yes, the orange one vanished. The orange girl was gone.
Olga, that's a clue. I had a dream last night. Children began entering my room, one after another, all holding kittens, and each one said, "Auntie, take the kitten, we were killed. Auntie, take the kitten, we were killed."
But what does this dream mean, and how is it connected to Ivanka's death?
She's speaking about your ancestors, your great-grandmother.
She practiced magic.
She did egg cleansing.
She also made potions to induce miscarriages. Women came to her to get rid of their babies.
Could it be that Helena's grandmother helped women kill their unborn children?
I only know my great-grandma did egg cleansing. That's it.
That's a terrible sin. And this child came into the world to atone for what your great-grandmother did. She is the spirit of one of the unborn children your ancestor effectively killed. And she was born to your mother. That's when all this began.
At first, Mom was afraid and wanted an abortion, but we convinced her, and she decided to give birth.
Hala, do you smell that?
That's the exact same smell. It's what lingered in the deceased girl's clothes. It feels like thousands of wax candles were burned around Ivanka, like in church.
But Helena says Ivanka hadn't been to church that day or the day before, so where did that smell come from, and how is it connected to her death?
Someone kept telling Ivanka that she was sick and needed healing.
Ivanka sends me images. She says she was afraid of her mother. The child lived in fear. I see her being forced to pray.
And read holy books.
Reading religious texts and praying is not wrong, but not when it's forced on a child out of fear.
During the investigation, the investigators found religious books in the Motsna family home, which the deceased child had been reading. Given her young age, she couldn't fully comprehend the material her mother made her study.
But what does this have to do with Ivanka's death? Was she murdered? Or did she hang herself due to religious pressure? The only one who can provide answers is Ivanka's mother, Oksana, who has just arrived and joined the investigation.
You say that everything was fine with your daughter, but I get the feeling that it's not even close to the truth.
Your mother was controlled by dark forces.
She says she and Mom went to see a sorceress. What did you do? Where did you go?
I didn't go anywhere.
But you performed rituals over your daughter.
I didn't do any rituals.
You took her to see a sorceress.
Mom, tell the truth.
Helena, there was no sorceress. I won't speak of this because she's a respected person.
Oksana refused to admit where she took Ivanka, what she tried to heal her from, and who performed the rituals. But the police interviewed the family's neighbors and made a shocking discovery.
The neighbors reported that the mother frequently took her daughter to churches, monasteries, and healers. She repeatedly sought out folk healers, convinced that Ivanka was possessed by dark forces.
She said she was going to a monastery, but it wasn't a monastery. She joined a sect of some kind.
She said something was happening to her. She felt something crawling inside her, moving toward her heart.
That's why Ivanka was haunted by that smell. Her mother took her to healers who performed rituals with candles, and the girl was terrified by it.
She placed incense everywhere. It was all over the house.
Ivanka died because of the rituals her mother performed.
I blessed her with holy water, sprinkled her with sacred salt. That's all. I didn't do any rituals.
In reality, this was a magical ritual. Salt is often used in such rites, usually to expel dark forces. But even if there's no dark presence nearby, the ritual still works. The outcome, however, is unpredictable. In Ivanka's case, it may have drained all her life energy, gradually extinguishing her spirit.
But what tormented her? If she suffered, it means evil spirits had possessed her. You see, she had a curse upon her, but it was lifted.
Who gave you the right to do this?
Your mother is tormented by demons, and I feel for her. She inherited a heavy burden from her great-grandmother, but she was supposed to atone for that sin. A woman in this bloodline had to redeem the family's past wrongs. This terrible karma fell directly onto Helena's mother.
This is unbelievable. Oksana is the first woman born in the family since their great-grandmother. In the past 2 generations, only boys were born. Is this a weird coincidence, or is everything the psychics are saying true?
Your mother thought Ivanka was possessed. In truth, the demons controlled her instead. Do you know why the girl begged for help before her death? Because she needed to be saved from her mother's zealotry.
Oksana pushed her daughter so far that Ivanka truly believed she was possessed. She saw no other way out except to take her own life.
So, did Ivanka truly hang herself? Was it all because of her mother's obsession with exorcising imaginary demons? But then, why does her spirit haunt Nika's dreams?
Nika was the only person who truly heard her. They were connected, and one's fear became the other's. Now, through Nika, Ivanka is trying to reach her mother. She wishes her to heal, to be cleansed. You see? She's crying out, "Save my mother."
Mom suffered because she had no idea what was happening to her or where it came from. It still torments her to this day, and she can't do anything about it. How do we live with this? How do we move forward?
Your mother needs to go to a monastery to cleanse her soul. When demons leave, it is extremely painful. They may depart in a week, 2 weeks, or even a month, but she must have holy people around her when it happens.
To stop Ivanka from haunting Nika's dreams, offer her a symbolic gift. Buy a doll and leave it on her grave.
I'll do it, and I'll convince my mother to stay in a monastery for a while.
Because if she doesn't go to a monastery, she'll end up in a psychiatric ward.
Or even worse, she might hurt herself.
Throughout the investigation, Nika's uncle Bohdan stayed by her side. Now, he joins the psychics. To ensure the little girl can sleep peacefully, Olga Kalinova gifts her an enchanted pillow. It will protect Nika from nightmares and the spirits of her deceased relatives.
When you sleep, angels will protect you.
Thank you so much.
Take care.
Thank you.
Ghosts are trying to take a child to a cemetery. Why is an otherworldly force taking possession of the little girl and pushing her towards a deadly danger? Don't miss out. To save their child, the girl's parents will share a terrifying secret. Welcome to Psychic Investigations. A 32-year-old medical nurse from Ukraine has approached the psychics. Halina Rybak has got no tears left, and she lives in constant fear because some kind of evil entity is trying to take her daughter to the other world.
Emma is the sense of my life, and I won't take it if something happens to her.
Halina and her husband, Volodymyr, have 2 daughters, Maria, who is 13, and 4-year-old Emma, but terrible unknown things have been happening to their younger daughter recently.
I see a man and a woman. I feel scared.
One day we were sitting watching TV when Emma said, "Mom, look, there's somebody there." She pointed her finger to the corner of the room, but I saw nobody.
I asked her, "What do you see?" And she said, "There's a man in the corner, but I saw nobody when I looked that way."
And then the dog jumped up and started crawling backwards, looking up and barking, as if she was afraid of something.
Every time after Emma sees the silhouette, terrible things happen to her.
She starts screaming, and I have a feeling like she doesn't see me. She scratches her face, sometimes leaving bloody marks, and tears out her hair. When I put her in the bed next to me one night, I saw a shadow of an adult person behind her. I felt cold. I was scared and felt cold pinching my skin.
Our crew installed hypersensitive cameras in the Rybak's house, and we saw some really shocking things in the video that are impossible to explain logically.
Stop, stop, stop.
What?
No way. What was it?
A shadow passed by. Wow, if something like that was happening at my home, I'd also call the psychics.
Watch this. Something transparent is moving through the room. But what is this? Is it the thing that possesses the family's younger daughter, trying to kill her? Emma's mom says that her daughter almost killed herself recently.
I entered the room and found her sitting on this couch, right here, holding scissors in her hands. We always keep the scissors here, on the wardrobe. I don't know how she climbed there and how she took them. She was trying to cut her hands, and she wasn't answering me. Her eyes were glassy.
If the mother had come in a minute later, there would have been a tragedy. However, the woman couldn't even imagine that the worst was yet to come.
I woke up at about 2 in the morning and saw Emma wasn't here. I thought she must be somewhere in the house. I checked the kitchen, but she wasn't there, nor did I find her in the other room. And then I saw that the front door was open.
Helena's heart almost stopped. Her daughter was missing. The woman was sure she'd locked the front door and hidden the key on the high shelf, as she always did.
There was no chair or a stool next to it. There was no chance she would reach the key.
Nobody could open the door apart from the girl herself. Helena's husband was working abroad at that time, and her elder daughter was at her grandma's.
I went out and started shouting out, calling for Emma.
The mother searched the entire yard, but didn't find Emma anywhere. She checked there and the neighboring streets, and was going to call people for help when she heard her 2 dogs barking in the cemetery, which is 200 meters from her house. Helena immediately rushed there.
Running there, I saw a little figure. The dogs were barking there. This is how I knew my daughter Emma was there.
When the mother found Emma standing on a grave, utter terror shrouded the woman.
How could a little child, who wasn't even 4 back then, cover such a distance? And why the cemetery? What could attract her there?
After that, Emma was found at the cemetery several more times. Her parents are desperate. They think an otherworldly force is trying to take away their little daughter.
I'm asking the psychics to help me sort it all out.
Two experienced participants of the project, Yaroslava Fedorova and Olga Kalinova, undertake the case.
I had a strange vision. Emma entered her house, and there were a man and a woman she didn't know there. The girl asked them, "Where are my mom and dad?" And they told her, "We are your parents now." The girl tried to escape, but the house had no doors or windows.
I had a vision too. I saw a woman behind Emma, and something sharp glistered in her hands. She raised her hand and disappeared immediately. I didn't have a chance to see her face.
I recall something else. Last night, my grandmother visited me in my dream, and she said something odd. She who runs metal is not the killer.
Helena and her daughter's godmother, Natalia, are waiting for the psychics. The Rybaks' relatives and neighbors are there in front of their house.
Hello?
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 Something weird is happening to my daughter Emma.
Olga, what did you see?
It's not about Emma. I need to see the girl. Is she inside?
I'd like to check here.
These are my daughters Emma and Maria.
Come over here, darling. I feel danger coming from this stove. The girl shouldn't approach it.
I fell. I almost fell in the stove.
This is horrifying. On the eve of the psychic's arrival, Emma almost burned terribly after something pushed her towards the hot stove.
Maria and I caught her at the last moment.
Yes.
Did you see anybody before it happened?
I see a man and a woman.
Where did you see them? Over there? I had another vision. I saw a woman. She was doing something at the stove from which the danger to Emma emanates. Is it possible she wants to take away the girl and is making her go to the cemetery at night? But why? And who is this woman? It's strange, but I don't feel the presence of any otherworldly things.
Meanwhile, Yaroslava Fedorova is working in the yard. Natalia, the girl's godmother, is with her. The woman is terribly worried about little Emma.
Is it possible that there's some kind of curse put on the family?
It's incredible. A bucket falls in the well all of a sudden. What could this possibly mean?
Hush. There's a spirit here. It's a dead girl, you see.
My God.
She's calling her mom, and her mom is over there.
Among the people?
A girl spirit. She's little, fair-haired, and she's of the same age as Emma. She says she's your daughter.
This woman is here because she understands Helena's fears better than anybody else. She knows what it means to lose your child.
It turned out that the woman had lost her daughter. It happened the same year Emma was born. What was her name?
Ivanka.
How old was she when she died?
4.5.
Just like our Emma.
Why did she die?
Measles.
The girl was recovering when her condition rapidly deteriorated. Her throat swelled, and she choked. But what does Ivanka's death have to do with what is going on to Emma?
Olga. The girl's spirit is here. She's here. Emma was born when this girl died.
Is it her spirit that's trying to take away Emma?
She says, when we play, they don't touch her. Does Emma see the girl in the house?
Yes.
Helena says that Emma indeed told her about an imaginary friend she had.
She talked to her.
Your Ivanka visits Emma because she doesn't want something bad to happen to her.
But who is she trying to protect Emma from?
The girl says, they're in the house, but they're underground. Ivanka's spirit gave us a hint. My God, again. What is this?
What is this rumble? Nobody understands where it's coming from.
Is it another spirit?
My God.
A man. He's about 40.
He's tall and dark-haired. He also chalked.
Looks like my father, Mikhailo, who committed suicide. He hung himself.
He said, she is the cause, and then he disappeared. But who did he mean? We needed to talk to his spirit. Where did he do it?
At the place where I used to live.
The psychics are in the yard of Helena's parents' house, where her mother Maria lives, and where her father killed himself.
Maria, your husband's spirit is here. He says he's mad at you because Helena isn't actually his daughter. He says this was the reason he committed suicide.
I had a lover, and I gave birth to her after I got pregnant from him.
Maria, he blames you for his death.
He did it on purpose to spoil some celebration for you.
His funeral was on my birthday.
The man hung himself on the eve of his wife's jubilee. It was her 40th anniversary. Is it possible that his spirit is trying to take Emma away to hurt his unfaithful wife?
But your husband died long ago. It's been a long time. If he really wished to avenge, he wouldn't have waited for so long.
Your father isn't doing it.
Wait. I see he's gotten his revenge on you.
Do you know what he said? He said he'd come to you with a knife. And my lover indeed tried to kill me with a knife.
Maria's husband's prophecy came true. The woman's lover attacked her with a knife. It was the end of their relationship.
What was the thing that you did that your late husband didn't like and you keep doing it?
Nothing wrong.
You practice magic.
Yes. He didn't like it.
You work with something solid.
Tin.
It turned out that Maria ran tin to eradicate negative energy, like curses and hexes.
I don't do anything bad. I want to die peacefully.
Yes, and your assistant? Who helps you do it?
Somebody small and black, with horns and a tail.
Probably.
A demon whispers to her what to do, and such things never end well. Is it possible that this is her assistant who's harming Emma? He played with all your children, and your children saw him.
As a child, something invisible sat on my chest and pressed it so that I could not breathe.
It might be my mistake.
Maria swore she attended a church to repent of her sins and confess. And then I recalled the words of my late grandmother I heard from her before the investigation. She who runs metal is not a killer. Maria runs tin.
She can't be the reason of the things that are happening to Emma.
I love my mom. She doesn't wish anything bad to anybody.
The girl, Ivanka, is walking here. She says, don't look on the ground. Look underground.
Something attracts Emma to the grave. We need to see the cemetery.
The psychics head for the cemetery, where little Emma went at night. The girl's father, who has finished his work, joins them there.
I found Emma on this grave.
Who's buried here?
Yevhen and Magda, the former owners of the house where we live.
It's unbelievable. These the spirits of the previous owners of the house who are taking Emma to the cemetery? But why? Halina and Volodymyr bought the house after the couple died, and they never did anything bad to those elderly people.
Let me try to talk to them.
I again had a vision in which the man and the woman told Emma they were her new parents. The girl tried to flee, but the house had no doors or windows. And then I saw that the house was actually a coffin, and those people said it would be better for the girl to be with them. But why? They're here. They're nice old people. Their spirits are not evil.
She says, I had no children. I want to take Emma. I will love her, and she will be my daughter, because it's warm and calm here. They say the girl will be better off at the cemetery than at home. Why?
Could it be because of the scandals?
These are not scandals. Demons live in your home.
What did you do with these hands in front of your children? Did you beat your wife?
Yes, it really happened.
Emma said immediately. Don't shout, Dad. Don't beat Mom.
He's always troublesome when drunk. It feels like he's obsessed with a demon in those moments. He becomes somebody else. He didn't drink last year, but sometimes he drinks. All I have to do is wait until it's over. I hide in the yard.
At that moment, like yesterday, I again saw a woman behind Emma, and something sharp was shining in her hands. It was something like a weapon. Did you try to kill him with an axe?
Yes, I did.
Did you attack his head?
At that moment, I was really ready to kill him without a second thought. His reaction saved him. He covered his head with his arm, and I hit him in the arm.
I'm speechless.
It was self-defense.
Self-defense? What did he attack you with? A log?
A log and fists.
It's something unimaginable. Volodymyr beats his wife, and she tries to kill him with an axe.
Why won't you end this nightmare? Why won't you leave your husband? Why should your children watch it?
Because of love. I love this man, and I believe he will change. He's probably controlled by something.
What? Vodka? In the morning, while Olga was working with Halina, she felt something was wrong with this woman.
I felt her bleeding. What was it?
She was pregnant. I beat her. She had a miscarriage.
My nose was broken, and I had a concussion. I spent 10 days in the hospital, and I was treated and let go.
This man almost beat his pregnant wife to death and killed his own unborn baby. This is insane.
Why did you do it?
For what?
We were both drunk. She and I.
What a shocking revelation. Did Halina get drunk with her husband and start a fight when she was pregnant?
My goodness. The children live in a family where both father and mother drink. The people buried here had everything to be happy, except children. And you have the children. You're ruining your children's lives. You are causing psychological harm to them.
I really sometimes vent my fury on the children.
Emma lives in the energy of this house, where all these things happen. Death is following your daughter.
How can we help her? What do we have to do?
This is not some people's or spirits' fault. These two old people want to take her, your younger daughter, to stay with them. And they wouldn't mind taking the older girl too. I'm sure she sees them, but she's simply scared to tell you.
You turned your children's life into hell. You are ruining them. You must repent now on this place where your daughter keeps coming. You must kneel before these graves.
I'm not going to kneel.
Running away from responsibility, a real man's choice.
I want peace of mind. I want to go to sleep, knowing Emma is not going to cry. And he's not going to beat me.
My darling, you only have one option. You either provide a normal life for them, or you put them down there because these people will come and take them. Do you understand?
I apologize to Magda and Yevhen and my daughters Maria and Emma. Forgive me for everything. I promise to keep our house calm and peaceful. I'll do everything to make my children proud of their mom and ensure they don't see the fights and scandals. And no alcohol at home. I promise to give them love.
Repent and pray at home in front of an icon. And I'll put a candle for your family at the church, so your family will resurrect.
Thank you for letting me know my fault. I promise to do everything possible to have the forgiveness of Maria and Emma.
We had lots of adventures today. Sorry, but we'd better go.
Unfortunately, there are quite a few families in which hatred and cruelty prevail, but the psychics leave the village with the hope that Halina and her husband will pull themselves together and make a choice in favor of their children's well-being.